Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Quentin here, and this is tutorial number 31. And in this tutorial we are going to take a look at the float and clear properties in CSS. Okay, so in this video I'm just going to explain the basics, but in the next video we're actually going to use float and clear to do something a little bit more complicated, and that is to make a 3-column layout for a website. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that in the next video, so get keen. Okay, but in this video let's go ahead and just learn the basics. I'm going to show you guys how to float an image to the side and then clear the image as well. So let's look at my directory structure over here, or my files. Okay, so I've got my index file and my CSS file, which you guys know about because we've been working with these for a long time. And then I've also got me.jpg, which is a picture of me. So look how handsome I am right there. Just kidding. But let's go over here now and just add that picture of me, and we'll put in some content. So image, and then I'm going to give this a source of me.jpg because that's the image's name. And just if you guys have your images in subdirectories, like so if this picture was in another picture called images, then just remember to use your full directory path. I do talk about that in a directory structures video, so if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch that. Okay, so image source is equal to me, and the alt attribute for this can just be pic of me, and not that it's necessary for now, but let's go ahead now and add in a width and a height. Okay, and I happen to know that this image, if I click on it here, is 200 by 200. So 200 by 200. And the last thing I want to do with this image is give it a class of pic. Okay. Then I'm also gonna go ahead and add in some content over here. So I'll open up a paragraph and close it off, and duplicate that so we have 2 paragraphs actually. Okay, and instead of you guys watching me type out a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, I'm gonna go ahead and just copy something from over here and paste it in. So cool, and again over here, Control C, Control V. And if you guys don't know what's going on here, then don't worry, it's not English, so you're not meant to understand. That is actually Latin, and it's just there as filler content for if you're ever a web designer and you just want to fill a website up with some content to see what it would look like if there are sentences or words or something on it. Then you go ahead and just paste in some filler content. But let's just minimize those for now. And yeah, so right now we have an image and 2 paragraphs. So let's go ahead and take a look at this in the browser. Run and launch in Firefox. So there we've got an image of me, and we have a paragraph and another paragraph. Okay. Now let's take a look at float and clear. So go to CSS and grab this picture by its class. So I gave it a class of pic, and let's go ahead and select that by pic, and we can look at the float property first, which is float, and I'm going to give this a value of left. So this can have 2 different values. It can have float left or float right. So let's float it left quickly, and it's probably not going to look very different if we go back here to the browser. The image isn't going to move anywhere, but what actually happens is it gets floated, so this paragraph that's underneath here should actually jump up and wrap around the image. Well, actually both of the paragraphs are going to do that. So click refresh, and as you can see, we now have two paragraphs that are wrapped pretty much around our image. It doesn't look like they're wrapped because they weren't long enough. So let's go over here, just open up this paragraph, and I'm gonna make it double its size, so just copy and paste it twice. And go back here, click refresh. Now we have our paragraphs actually wrapping around the image, so you can see that a lot more clearly. Now this is something that you guys do see quite often if you read news on the internet or something and they include a picture in the article. This you do see quite often in articles like that. But sometimes people decide, well, hey, they'd really like a paragraph next to the picture, but then the paragraph after that, the second paragraph, should actually appear on the bottom. Okay? Then we have to go ahead and use a property called clear. So let me make that smaller, and on my second paragraph over here, I'm going to give this a class of para2 because it's the second paragraph, and we can go ahead and select that paragraph over here, so dot para2, and I will give this a property of clear. Okay, and what clear does is just make sure that whatever element that we're giving this clear attribute to, or this clear property to, will clear whatever is floated above it. Okay, so in other words, it'll appear underneath whatever is floated above it. So because our image was floated left, we can go ahead and say clear left, and when we clear the left, then go over to Firefox, click refresh. Our paragraph over here, which was actually on the side of the image, has now just appeared beneath the image. Okay, so we've actually cleared this image. And if I go ahead now and change our pick to float right, so float right, I'm not going to change this clear just yet, so you can see what happens. Click refresh, and as you can see, we now have the paragraph over here, and again the second paragraph is still wrapping around the image, because instead of clearing the right, we actually cleared the left, but the image is actually floated right now. So to fix that, we could go ahead and say clear right, but what I'm going to do is set this to clear both, and what this will do is clear the left and the right. So just in case you don't know which side the floated element is going to be, like you don't know if it's going to be floated left or floated right, you can go ahead and clear both, and that will clear both sides. So let's click refresh, and as you can see, instead of having this paragraph start over here and wrap around the image, it is now beneath the image. So that's pretty cool. And of course, in the next video, we're actually going to use float and clear to make like a 3-column layout. So I hope I will see you guys in that video, and that's all I have for you guys in this video. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, or share the video. It's really going to help my channel grow, and I will see you guys next time.